just wanted to share a story from my harvest time this past week. So I was going for a run around the art museum area, and there's a water fountain kind of up there on one of the trails, and I stopped to get some water. I was pretty thirsty. So there was a guy there getting water for his dog, and so I had to wait. But while I was waiting, I was like, I might as well talk to him. So I asked him how he's doing, how he's doing in light of COVID-19 and the riots, and how he's doing in light of all that stuff. And I could tell from his response that he was really upset by it. He was really concerned also for his health, his safety, for the sanity of everyone he knew, and just what was going on in the world was really impacting him and getting him to think deeper. And we started talking about what our hope is in, and he was sharing how he's not a believer. He'd been burned by the church a little bit. I'm not sure at what age. I think it was when he was an adult. This man was about 60 years old or so. So earlier in his life he'd been burned by the church apparently, and yeah, he was not a believer and did not believe in God, he said, to the extent that I did anyway. So however, he shared with me something pretty deep. I don't know how many people he'd shared it with, but he had shared it with his sister. I don't know when, but he shared it with his sister, and I think his sister kind of made fun of him for it. But he shared this with me, a dream that he had, and in the dream he said it was only him and Jesus there. So he only knew that he was there because he was dreaming it, so that's pretty cool. But in the dream it was just Jesus, and there was darkness. Darkness was basically the whole dream, he said. Everything was dark, and the only light around was Jesus, and he was light. So he didn't see his mouth move, but he heard Jesus speak to him and say, like, I love all people, and I want all people to know me. And having just heard him talk about choosing not to follow Jesus, not believing in God, and then having this dream, after all that, I said, Mike, what are you doing? You've had this dream and you're just denying that? And it was funny because his eyes got real big at my response to him, and I don't know, I don't think he'd ever had anybody positively react and kind of call him out on what he had seen. Like I said, Mike, Jesus is calling you. He's talking to you, wanting you to follow him, and you've denied it. And yeah, I think it got him to think a lot more than he ever had, and it affirmed that it was true in his life, not just something he should push off like his sister laughing at it and making fun of him for it previously. So I was just encouraged by that story. Jesus is revealing himself to people, and I got to hear about one of the times he did it. So I thought that was cool, and I figured I'd share it with y'all. So enjoy.